Coronavirus disease COVID-19 is an infectious disease caused by the SARS-CoV-2 virus. The disease can cause common side effects that can lead to death. The best method to prevent and reduce the transmission of virus is by getting a vaccine. Vaccines made from RNA is one of the application genetic engineering, which is Pfizer BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine, named BNT162b2, will be discussed in this video.
Before novel vaccination may be tested on human, preclinical and clinical tests is essential to verify their safety. Mouse and rhesus macaque were used in preclinical phase to test the effectiveness, toxicity, pharmacokinetic properties, estimate neutralizing antibody titers in the blood, and immunogenicity of the vaccine. Preclinical tests analyze the safety, efficacy, immunogenicity, and adverse effect to humans start with 3 small group of participants with 3 different volume of dosage in phase 1, followed by a larger scale of participants in 6 registered countries in phase 2 with 30 microgram vaccine dosage used. Based on the data collected, phase 3 will proceed with a larger scale of participants, and at the end of study, analysis shows that Pfizer vaccine is 95% effective across demographics such as age and gender against COVID-19.
For the adverse event of Pfizer BioNTech BNT162b2, the symptoms are pain, fatigue, and swelling at the injection site. Furthermore, adverse event that would potentially require longer follow-up is lymphadenopathy and then Bell palsy. Next, for the severe allergy reaction, it has been reported that any person with a history of anaphylaxis to a vaccine, medicine, and food should not receive the Pfizer BioNTech vaccine. Besides that, 2 cases are involved for the serious adverse event. The first is comorbidities and then the second is pregnancies. In a patient with comorbidities, the most frequent reported comorbidities is diabetes and pulmonary disease. Next, in pregnancies, the outcome currently are not known due to insufficient data on the vaccine administered to the pregnant women. Lastly, the Pfizer BioNTech vaccine contains 4 lipids. The primary function of one of the lipids is to form a protective hydrophilic layer that stabilizes the lipid nanoparticles, which is contribute to the storage stability.
Have you ever wondered how vaccines are stored? Generally, vaccines need to be stored at a low temperature. Therefore, there are 3 options for vaccine storage. The first one is the refrigeration units that are commonly available in hospital. The vaccine can be stored for 5 days at 2 till 8 degrees Celsius condition. Next, the vaccines can also be stored in a Pfizer thermal shippers, in which the doses will arrive. These Pfizer thermal shippers, which are used for transportation, is utilizing dry ice to maintain temperature at -70 degrees Celsius. It can be stored up to 10 days. Lastly, for a storage up to 6 months, an ultra-low temperature freezers can be used.
Based on the article published in February 2019 by the Mufti of the Federal Territory states that the law of taking vaccines as self-protection and to increase the body's immunity is a must or harus by Islamic law. However, the impact of the anti-vaccine movement in Malaysian society is actually getting worse because they are skeptical about the status of the vaccine taken. Also, most of them do not believe and are hesitant to take the vaccine as a preventive measure against the virus. Thus, in Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 195, which reads, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم وأنفقوا في سبيل الله ولا تلقوا بأيديكم إلى تهلكة وأحسنوا إن الله يحب المحسنين صدق الله العظيم, meaning that and spend in the way of Allah and do not throw yourself with your own hands into destructions and do good. Indeed, Allah loves the doers of good. Based on this surah, Allah has explained that we are forbidden to throw ourselves into destruction where it refers to this contagious disease. Therefore, the production of this vaccine is a step for us to prevent ourselves from COVID-19 virus. And as long as it does not harm human beings and it benefits human health to take the vaccination, then it is required or harus for human usage.
As summary, The Pfizer vaccine was tested with clinical tests and efficiency against COVID-19 and showing a positive result towards curing the virus infection. Even though new variants of SARS-CoV-2 virus have emerged, according to a research, Pfizer vaccines will still be effective against current variants, and receiving vaccine reducing the risk of others getting sick, particularly vulnerable people. Mass vaccination may also allow people to see their friends and family or go back to work sooner. However, no COVID-19 vaccine is 100% effective, so there is still some risk for those who receive a vaccine.